Okay. I guess we're doing this now. Why am I putting myself up to this? I don't know. I mean, let's be serious. I'm in for this, so let's do this. Hi diddly doodly, Serenos! It's time for Ys the Oath in Felghana, the remake of the third in the Ys series, considered a hallmark in the series by fans. So, this should be fun. I have an opening spiel again, feel free to fast forward to it. I feel like I need to always kind of set the scene a little bit by explaining where I'm coming from when I start a game, and kind of what I know about the game and what my expectations are before jumping in. If you don't like that, sorry, guess you can scroll ahead when you see the game actually start, but let me really quickly tell you guys, cause Ys 7 is one of my absolute favorite series that I've recorded for Minsk and Friends, so I knew it would be sooner rather than later that I'd pick up another Ys game. I've only ever played Ys 1 and Ys 7. Ys 3 is, well, sorry, Ys Oath in Felghana, the remake of Ys 3, is very much kind of in between those two games, I understand. It's also apparently very challenging, which made me sweat a little bit, but I've been playing a couple of challenging games now, and I thought, well, let's keep this streak going, because I think Momodora was kind of challenging, Streets of Rage 4, kind of challenging, but I did okay in those. So I'm like, let's up the ante, let's try Ys the Oath in Felghana. Why don't we? I did really want to go to Ys 8, Lacrimosa in Dana, because that's just like considered a modern classic, if you want to say. But several people recommended me to play this, and I get it, because Lacrimosa of Dana represents modern Ys, which is kind of different from classic Ys games, although I'm not entirely sure how. I'll straight up admit I thought Ys 7 was excellent. I love that game, and I know that it's got a reputation as taking the series in a kind of a direction that not all the series fans are big on. Like, I know it was a departure that wasn't much appreciated as much. Like, it's not a hated game, but it's considered not as good as the earlier series, like Oath in Felghana, which is why I guess this has been recommended so much, is because this is... a lot of people consider this a classic in the series. I see either this or Ys Origin is the one that people kind of... those who aren't huge on Lacrimosa of Dana, they'll nominate those two games as examples of the best in the series, either Felghana or Origin. Because Origin seems to be a prequel, which is heavily tied to the lore, I didn't want to jump into that. Felghana seems a little bit more standalone. All of the games are fairly standalone, although they do feature like the same protagonists, same world, like a continuity. But Felghana seemed more approachable from someone who doesn't know a lot about the series, so that's why we're playing it today. Now, while we're here in the options menu, because this is, if you don't know, Ys 3, the original, came out in like late 80s, early 90s, so that's an old game. This is a remake of that from 2005, I want to say. I think that's what it said on the front screen. So it's all updated, gameplay's different, everything's kind of all freshened up. But for the purists out there, you can totally get that original PC-88 music, and whatever an X68K is, I don't recognize that. But apparently, yeah, there was some sort of updated version of Ys 3 with a slightly different soundtrack. Now, I love this kind of video game music. This sounds amazing. But I think we will stick with this. I mean, this somber piano tune is also beautiful. I think this is great. And I know there's going to be some crazy rock music once we get into this, because that's like a Falcom staple. So I think we'll stick with the updated music of Oath. But so, I guess we should get into the game, yes? Oh yeah, I guess I've been speaking mainly to people who know Ys well, the established Ys audience. But in case someone is tuning into this is your first time watching an Ys game, maybe you didn't see my Ys 7 playthrough, I would recommend you go watch that. I loved recording that series. Ys is a classic action adventure game, little action RPG-ish from Falcom. It gets compared to Legend of Zelda a lot. I don't really know why. I guess because they're so light on the RPG, way more on the exploration and action. But Zelda has more puzzle solving. I think this has less puzzle solving, more action. So I don't really know why the comparisons come up so much. But in any case, this is known for its very simple but engaging gameplay. In fact, the original Ys has the controversial bump system, which some consider maybe a little bit too simple. It was cute for the first game that I played. It was like a nice, because it was a super short game too. It was kind of fun. Ys Oath in Felghana plays way more like a classic action RPG where you press a button to attack. I know, dramatic. But also, I should say, I'm going into this blind. This is all just what I've done, like little cursory research into this matter, what this is like. This is a classic action RPG. Ys games are interesting in that they have a continuous continuity, not like other classic JRPG series, which will always have a new continuity in each new part. You play as dashing hero Adol Kristen and his lovable partner Dogi, although you don't really, I believe you only play as Adol in this one. It's only 7 onwards where you got more party members to play as. And this dashing swordsman travels across the land, and he always seems to stumble into a land besotted by problems, some sort of curse upon the land or other woes, and he has to be the brave adventurer and step in and solve the problem. So it's super simple stuff, but I thought Ys 7 was incredibly engaging. I hope this will be as engaging as well. Let's hop in, shall we? Let's not dilly-dally. Oh boy. So I actually had a comment in a video telling me that normal is really challenging just as normal. So there was a recommendation to just go with easy, actually. I guess I'm feeling a bit of a masochist, but I think I will see what normal is like. And I think I understand that this is kind of like Ys 1 in that the difficulty comes from the fact that if you're too low level for a boss, it's just kind of hopeless. Like, you do so little damage and the boss will eat through your health bar with like a 1 or 2 hits. So that makes the game a little bit grindy if you aren't keeping up in levels, is the impression I had. That's how the first Ys was when I played it. I'm not a huge fan of that, but since Ys is very fast-paced, and this one apparently isn't a super long game, I don't think the grind will take super long, even if we do have to grind for levels, so I'm still gonna give normal a go. If it's completely impossible for me, I will come back off-screen and play easy, and play up to the point we are at. That easy, I'll just throw in the towel. Unless you can change difficulty in the middle of the game. I don't know, I have a feeling that this is such an old game that changing difficulty mid-game is not... Especially because there's a ranking up there, like they expect you to stick to one difficulty when you play it, I think. So that's why, but yeah, I will tap out and play on easy if this is way too impossible. But let's give normal a go, guys. Let's not despair, shall we? Oh man! That was an abrupt opening, just... Alright then. Adol is the guy on the right, I'm gonna guess that's Dogi on the left.
Here we are. This is Felghana.
Voice acting? And Dogi is super handsome? What is going on?
I was hoping we'd get here a little earlier in the day, but I wasn't expecting the waters to be so rough.
Wow, this is a turn I wasn't expecting. Actually, Ys 7 did have voice acting, but it was just like in battle dialogue, like they'd shout out stuff like, "Ah, leave it to me! Going in! Finishing move!" Stuff like that. Not like actual, like, story dialogue voiced. Cool. I'm cool with that.
Still, this place does bring back memories. Hard to believe it's really been 8 years since I left.
So Dogi is a character that Adol meets in Ys 1, and I have to say, the meeting is so brief in Ys 1, if I didn't know that he was a classic character who shows up in all the games as Adol's life partner or whatever, bros for life, I wouldn't have remembered where he shows up in that game. I guess they only like team up later, because they don't really team up that much in Ys 1. More so than Dogi just shows up briefly to bust Adol out. But it's not like, I gotta bust out my friend Adol. It's like, oh, you're Adol, I gotta help you out. And that's why he shows up to help. Somehow they end up striking up a friendship and go on wacky adventures across this fantasy world. And I guess we're in Dogi's homeland now, is the implication here?
There's Margot, I always called her Mams, and old Gardner. Not to mention Chester and Elena. I wonder how they're doing after all this time.
I guess we should go see them.
Oh man, what the hell happened here?
By the way, of course, look at those 2D sprites. That might be divisive, but I love that look. Immediate nostalgia bomb seeing these kind of 2D sprites running around in a 3D world. This looks a lot like Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky, another classic work from Falcom. Also used a very similar graphical style to it, and I dig it. I don't hate that we've moved past this into like full 3D models and stuff in modern games. Even Falcom's done it now with Ys 7 forward. I mean, I loved Ys 7's look, but I have nostalgia pangs for games that look like this, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, what is this?
This monument's dedicated to the god of safe journeys.
Well, that doesn't make this place look very safe with the thing busted up like that, huh?
It's a relic of the old religion, from when people believed that spirits existed even in stuff that wasn't alive.
Oh yes, what silly old faith that is, in this world infested by monsters. Why would you stop believing in that when there's clearly ghosts and monsters and stuff? Okay.
I just don't get why anyone would deface it like this, though. I guess maybe the rumors really are true. What was that? It came from over there. Hey, wait up, Adol!
Well, that's just what Adol's like, is just he can't help but jump into dangerous situations. Let's...
Left behind again.
Oh, poor Dogi. I'm confused by how handsome Dogi is in this. What the heck? What happened between 3 and 7?
No way.
I'm a ferocious wolf.
You gotta be kidding me.
Okay, so the monsters are gonna be 2D sprites as well. Oh, that's gonna be really neat.
What are monsters doing in Felghana?
Monsters? Here? What are they doing this close to town?
I don't know. What? Wait a second. That's just Red 13. I just realized now. What the heck? He's lost his cool beads and headdress. But oh my God, this is. Oh no. This is, Ys is actually a faraway future of, Final Fantasy VII. And this is now Red's clan. It's gone feral! Oh my God, the lore!
Chester?
Man, we're like 5 minutes into the game proper and there's already like sick guitar riff there. Alright, Adol's basic movements. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm actually playing on a controller here. But this is such an old game, even though there is controller support. Apparently they haven't updated this to tell you what any of these are on the controller. So you can make 6 swings with a sword. You can hit some button to jump. You can alter mid-jump. Cool. You can jump while ascending, okay. Slightly extends the length of your jump. That'll be useful. Oh, immediately after coming to a stop, you will make a lunge attack. Huh. Oh, and there's also... Okay, there's an up thrust. Interesting. That's a stationary jump. So, okay, so there's a neutral jump and a forward jump attack. Alright, and there's also a descending jump. Very interesting. Having so many different jump options as well. Oh, let's get in on it. Alright, so circle is jump on the PlayStation controller and X is the attack. Oh. Trying to do that. Nice! Got hits on everybody. Ooh. So, okay, immediately one thing that we need to figure out here. There is no dodge option like E7. It's all about these jump mobilities in this game, by the looks of it. Wow, Red 13 got gibbed! Holy moly. Okay, I took on 3 pretty okay. 6 I think I can do. Oh, boost mode. What is boost mode? So when Adel's boost gauge hits 100, okay, it looks like it's that rose-looking thing on the left. Press the boost key to have activated boost mode. The speed and strength of Adel's attacks will increase significantly. With proper timing, up to 10 consecutive hits may be landed on a single foe. And Adel will take only half damage and will suffer no knockback or interruption when hit by enemies. Okay. That's nice, I guess. And which button is it? It's triangle. Wow! He becomes a whirling dervish. Alright. That went pretty well. Although I took too many hits already.
Excuse me.
We have to think again. The other big difference between E7, like, I don't know really what differentiates E7 and later Ys from these earlier Ys games. I guess one of those is no dodges is one thing. So it's all about just your, like, footsies in this game. The other one is that healing is severely limited in this game. That's why I notice people talk so much about no healing runs in the newer Ys, because that was kind of mandatory in early Ys games. You could heal in the overworld by standing around, at least in Ys the first. So I'm going to guess this one has that as well. But in dungeons, you cannot heal unless you get a certain item, and you can't really heal in mid-battle. Or, well, classically not. We'll see what happens if there is something in this game that will provide heals mid-battle, but I'm going to guess no. So we are going to have to really, really play it carefully. The lack of again, dodge options or block or anything, coupled with very limited healing, means this is going to be a little stressful for me. I've mentioned that I had to tap out of Bloodborne because I found the kind of knife's edginess of it kind of stressful. I hope I can handle this. Hey, rumors of a potential Bloodborne PC port have been floating around. Maybe this is good practice for me to play Ys Ulth Felghana to kind of get in the right mindset for Bloodborne then, if I would have a second swing at that game. We'll see.
Thank you very much for saving me. You're a traveler, aren't you? Are you hurt at all?
As I actually just mentioned, yes, quite a bit. I took like a third of my health, almost.
Hey!
A manly voice. So manly.
Are you alright, Adol? Right when you ran off, I got attacked by monsters too.
Yeah, it's crazy, and
I'd like to know what the hell those things are doing in Felghana.
I mean, it's a fantasy world. There are monsters everywhere.
Whoops. Excuse me. I guess they must have been after you. Are you okay, miss?
That's... Man, I'm really confused who the voice actor is. That's... I think it's not Travis Willingham, but it sounds a little bit like him. It could be him going a little lighter than his normal voice. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up.
You don't look like you're hurt, at least.
I also feel like Travis Willingham is maybe a little bit too big budget for Ys. But I shouldn't really say that because I think voice actors usually take quite a few roles, so really, that's probably... I'm completely off base on that.
What's wrong? Something on my face? Am I, like, covered in monster gore? We should probably get moving and head to town before we're attacked again. I can't say I recognize your face. You've got to live in Redmont, I figure...
Dogi?
Oh, wow, cool. It is someone who knows him.
I knew it. I must be dreaming. Dogi, you're actually back. What have you been doing all this time?
Hey, hold on a second now. You obviously know me, but do I know you?
Oh my goodness.
How can you even say that? You, me, and my brother used to play together all the time when we were kids. Don't you dare tell me you've forgotten.
Ooh, this is awkward.
No way! When I last saw you, you were just a skinny little tomboy.
Well, I have to say, with the art style of this game, she still looks like a skinny little tomboy.
Well, that was 8 years ago. I'm 17 now.
Oh, okay.
Man, you sure are.
I'm sorry. Where are my manners?
What the heck does that mean, Dogi? That's a little weird.
It's nice to meet you. And, again, thank you very much for your help. My name is Elena.
Okay.
Elena Stoddart.
Alright. Well, that went pretty well. In my time, I've wandered everywhere. Around this world, hope would always be there. Wow. Interesting opening. I guess E7 was the same way as well. We had the small little preamble on the ship, and then we got the rocking intro. Which I'm hoping is going to start rocking out any second as well for this game. So, this might look a little oldish, this look. But I'm a sucker for this era of arts. And especially when it's like, we have anime cut-in scenes in the middle of the gameplay. That is super good stuff. I'm a huge sucker for that. Oh, this is interesting. This is a much more somber intro than I expected. Falcom is so famous for its... At least East is famous for its butt rock. I'm pretty sure E7 had a pretty butt rock intro. But this is like high fantasy. I don't hate it, but my expectations are being toyed with quite a bit. I'm probably gonna have to fight that guy, right? Dude with the sword we just saw. I'm not sure if he's gonna be a bad guy or like kind of a rival character who has to show off and we have to fight him, but I have strong vibes of having to fight that guy. Hey, there we are. That's where we were a second ago. Yeah, no, despite the profound lack of squiddly guitars, that was awesome. I'm really into this. I'm digging this. Oh yeah, we'll see how once we get into the gameplay proper, how it's gonna go. This classic old game. I'm also gonna have to work on those jump attack timings.
Elena, where have you been?
It's gonna be, you know, man, because I'm gonna have to so much think about like which attack I want to come out. I didn't even really get a chance to compare the neutral jump attack and the like forward jump attack, so I'll have to test that out once we're in a more peaceable situation. Just have a quick look, see how those work.
You had me worried sick, staying out so late.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gardner. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. I just...
It's okay, Elena. As long as you're all right, we'll pretend this never happened.
Oh, that's nice.
So, who are your two friends? I don't believe I recognize either one of them.
Aw, man, but this is supposed to be Dogi's hood, this town.
Look a little closer. You'll get it in a second.
This would be so sad if he's like, wait, I do recognize one of you. You're that famous adventurer Adol Kristen. Oh my goodness.
Huh?
Hey there, Gardner. Still standing at the gate like always, I see.
Oh man, no, I actually, you know what? I'm gonna put my chips in on this. I think that is Travis Willingham. He that just sounded like he does the voice of Knuckles in the Sonic Boom cartoon, right? I think that's Travis doing it. Maybe. Oh yeah, maybe it's Dan Green. Isn't Dan Green the voice of Knuckles, like in older Sonic games? I guess that could be Dan Green doing Dogi. Alright, I don't know. I'm gonna put my chip still on Travis. I'll look this up for next episode.
Wait! Dogi! Is that really you?
Yeah, I guess I've been a little out of touch. Sorry.
My favorite little troublemaker has come home! Where have you been all this time? And what have you been up to?
This Gardner guy's voice is also very familiar, but I can't quite pin that at the moment.
Well, you know, wandering, killing monsters, saving the world, the usual. Anyway, I brought a pal of mine along. Go on, Adol, introduce yourself.
Adol introduced himself to Gardner.
Oh yeah, so guys who don't know Ys, Adol is a silent protagonist. However, he does communicate with characters. It's just that we never hear him talk. We have a narrator narrate whenever Adol, you know, we have to know what Adol says. Like here, so yeah.
An adventurer, eh? Well, that's certainly a rarity. But from the looks of that sword on your belt, I can tell you're no amateur.
Yeah, no, I've definitely heard this guy's voice in something previously. I'm gonna have to look up that voice as well.
No, he's quite remarkable. I was attacked by monsters just now, and he came right to my rescue.
Is that a fact? Well then, you have my thanks, good sir. I'm sorry I wasn't there to help. That's the problem with gate duty. You miss all the real trouble out in the field.
Maybe hire a second guy to go out?
Does raise a point worth discussing, though. Why are there monsters here in the first place? We'd heard rumors that Felghana's fallen on hard times, but I had no idea it had gotten so bad.
Yeah, things certainly aren't looking up these days. It's been pretty bad for around a year now. We're rarely visited by anyone anymore as a result. No travelers, no merchants.
Man, that sucks.
Well, it's getting late. You can tell me all about where you've been and what you've done come morning.
Okay. Alright, well, simple enough setup.
For now, you should head on in and get some sleep. I bet you're exhausted after what you've been through.
Dogi's hometown, we're going down there. All Dogi's old mates are around here, and they're in trouble with monsters. Good enough setup. I'll take it. Should I play Trails in the Sky on this channel sometime as well? I've been meaning to play Trails of Cold Steel someday, but that's also a series where everyone's just like, no, bro, you gotta play the previous Trails games first. And I've played through...
This place sure hasn't changed much either.
I've played through half of Trails in the Sky, so I'm pretty confident I could beat that game recording that. I don't know why I stopped. I really liked the kind of laid-back vibe of that. It was a very laid-back RPG. I don't know why I stopped. I guess I just have a bad habit of not finishing games. I don't know. So maybe I should take Trails in the Sky for consideration on the channel at some point.
I used to live and work at this inn when I was a kid. I owe Mams a lot for looking after me back then. Hey, Elena. Go get Chester, would you? I haven't seen him in so long, and we can't have a reunion party if everyone's not here.
I'm sorry. He's not in town right now.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
What? Oh, no way. Oh well, what can you do? He's probably pretty busy.
I'm afraid I'll be taking my leave for the night as well. My long absence likely had a few people worried, so I really should let them know I'm okay.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll be fine here for the night.
All right.
I'm probably gonna hang out a little before we go to bed. By the way, are you and Chester still living with the mayor?
Oh no, he and I have a house on the edge of town now.
Okay.
It's just...
Oh yeah, Chester's the brother, right? I think she said at one point that me and my brother used to hang out with you.
Something wrong?
Oh, it's nothing, really.
Okay, there is something up about this Chester fella. In fact, I wouldn't be terribly surprised if he turns out to be the guy with the sword from the intro we just saw. He's gonna be some kind of rival character. I wouldn't be surprised if that's where this plot goes.
I guess I'll be off then. It was nice to meet you, Adol, and good to see you again, Dogi. I know you two must be tired from your journey. Please, take it easy and get some rest, okay?
She's acting kind of strange. Probably just been a rough day for her.
Oh, you know, what with a pack of red 13s about to devour her limb from limb. Yeah, I mean, I guess it counts as a rough day, Dogi.
Man, though, she sure has filled out nicely. And she's got that whole childhood friend thing going for her, too.
Dogi, you are making my mind, you are making my head hurt. Why are you doing this?
Now, who am I kidding, though? She's gonna fall for you, not for me. That's always how it goes. Let's just get inside.
Okay, that's kind of funny though, Dogi, admitting the fact that as stock hero protagonist, all the female characters we bump into in these games go for Adol. that's actually a good gag, that. Oh my god, look how cool this, I know there's probably someone who's like, oh, look at how dated that is, but this is the perfect art style of retroiness for me. I dig this aesthetic so much.
I can't believe it! It's really you! My little nightmares come home!
Yeah, that's kind of cute.
And look at those muscles! You've grown so big! Last time I saw you, you were just a pudgy little brat.
Yeah, I have to, again point this out. Dogi was this kind of big, lovable oaf guy in 7. He had these, Fred Flintstone vibes. Now he's, this jacked, really handsome guy. What happened between Yssa's 3 and 7 to the guy? Maybe age just caught up with him or something? I don't know, but I'm like, wow, look at this handsome man that we are adventuring with now in Felghana. I'm a little shook.
Yeah, it's me. I'm back. You're looking well.
You know, I haven't heard a peep out of you since you left. Would it be so much to ask for some kind of contact? A letter at least if you couldn't visit.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'ams.
Yeah.
Well, I always figured you'd do well for yourself.
Yep, I'm the sidekick for this crazy hero here. I'm just stuck being, taking the scraps of glory.
It certainly is nice to see you back safely, though.
I don't know, I think Adol and Dogi are pretty tight. I don't think he's worried about Adol outshining him.
And you're a friend of Dogi's, then?
Adol gave his name and explained that he had been traveling with Dogi for quite some time.
Hey, my name's Adol. I've been traveling with Dogi for quite some time. That's the dramatic dialogue there.
I see. Well, thank you for looking after our little wayward wanderer. Unfortunately, you've arrived at a pretty bad time. Lots of unpleasant business going on lately. But still, happy events like these are rare, so I intend to enjoy this while I can.
All right, ma'am.
Ma'ams.
Ma'ams.
You two boys must be hungry. Let me fix you up a nice big meal. And you'd better clean your plates if you know what's good for you.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Yes, ma'am.